Hello and welcome. I am Nikita Kapoor and you're watching the Daily Jagran. In this special segment, we will decode the headlines from war rooms to secret alliances, from health to nature's fury. Everything. Let's begin. A dramatic meeting in Istanbul. Two allies standing shoulder to shoulder and India watching closely. At the heart of this story, a critical question. Is Turkey now backing Pakistan against India, that too out and open? In a high-stakes diplomatic embrace, Turkish President Tayyip Erdogan met Pakistan's Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif and Army Chief General Asim Munir in Istanbul. This meeting was not just symbolic, it was strategic. It marked the first high-level interaction between Turkey and Pakistan since India's Operation Sindoor and the devastating Pahalgam terror attack. A turning point in India-Pakistan relations. Now let's pause and unpack what's actually happening here. Look at this picture on your screen, right there. Erdogan and Shehbaz Sharif hand in hand standing closely. This was not a routine bilateral meet. This was a power statement, maybe to India. President Erdogan went on record saying, "We have further strengthened the unbreakable ties, the unbreakable bond, cooperation, solidarity and brotherhood between our countries, which is Turkey and Pakistan." That's not diplomatic. That's not diplomatic politeness. That's political alignment. Prime Minister Sharif, in his own words, called Erdogan a dear brother and thanked him for Turkey's resolute support during what he described as critical juncture, referring directly to Pakistan's confrontation with India post-Operation Sindoor. It's clear, Pakistan is looking to build regional legitimacy amid growing international criticism over its handling of terror groups. But here's the irony and the tension also. India just last year had rushed humanitarian aid to Turkey after the deadly earthquakes under Operation Dost. Now New Delhi sent tons of relief, medical teams and moral support. And then fast forward to 2025. Turkey is now denouncing Indian military actions, openly siding with Pakistan and providing drones that have been used in cross-border strikes on Indian cities and military posts. Reports suggest that the drones supplied by Turkey played a very crucial role in recent attacks across Indian territories by Pakistan, a move that triggered diplomatic shockwaves across the globe, not just India. India strongly rejected Turkish claims of civilian targeting, calling them fabricated and politically motivated. But the damage is already done. Turkey's stance, despite prior Indian goodwill, has clearly struck a raw nerve. So the big question now is, why Erdogan doing this? Why back Pakistan and why now? The answer lies in a shifting global order. Turkey is increasingly trying to project itself as a Muslim majority power broker, extending influence and support to Pakistan. Amid all this, one thing is very clear. India is watching Turkey's every move very closely. Now, while we're at it, let's also talk about another fiasco from Pakistan. It's a story so bizarre, so embarrassingly hilarious, it could pass for a satire, except this actually happened at a high-profile dinner Army Chief Field Marshal now, Asim Munir, decided to mark a moment of supposed military glory. So what did he do? He gifted Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif a framed photograph, a dramatic image of a rocket launch, and claimed it was a snapshot of Pakistan's strike against India. Cue the applause, the handshakes, the patriotic slogans in Pakistan, and then cue the internet. Because someone forgot to check the source of the very photograph. It did not take long for social media investigators, and let's be honest, even a simple reverse image search to expose the entire fiasco, the so-called souvenir of Pakistani strength, was actually a stock image from 2019 Chinese military mock drill. The photo shows the PHL-03, a Chinese-made multiple rocket launcher, and has been floating on the internet for years. Originally taken by photographer Huang Hai, the image has appeared in defense forums, Chinese propaganda outlets, pamphlets, and even brochures. But somehow, Pakistan's top military brass thought this old Chinese war pic could pass off as their own battlefield brilliance. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not just fake news. This is framed, printed, gift-wrapped fake news, literally. And it's not even the first time Pakistan has been caught using video game footage to claim strikes. But this time, they hosted a banquet to celebrate this very blunder. Now, propaganda is nothing new. Every nation I say, uses messaging to boost morale. But when you begin to Photoshop your victories and then gift wrap them to your own Prime Minister, you really have to ask, who exactly are you trying to fool? Because this is not just a PR disaster, it's a revealing window into the deep insecurities of the Pakistani military establishment. Let's not forget the timing of this very stunt. With the mounting global criticism, a fractured economy, and terror groups operating within, Pakistan's leadership needed a win. And when they couldn't find a real one, they just printed one. The mockery on the internet was swift and brutal. So while India tightens its borders, strengthens counter-terrorism operations, and recalibrates ties with global powers, Pakistan seems to be fighting a very different war. A war against credibility. And if this latest fiasco is anything to go by, they are losing that war. One fake photo at a time. Torrential heavy rainfall is wreaking havoc in many cities of India. Among the worst hit is Mumbai. Continuous heavy rainfall has led to severe waterlogging and flood-like situation in Mumbai. Gusty winds has only added to the mayhem. Mumbai and its suburbs are under orange to red alerts from the India Meteorological Department, warning of heavy rainfall and strong winds. People were seen wading through knee-deep water as the water gushed down the streets during the heavy downpour. The city has been reeling under nature's fury for a week now, and similar weather conditions are expected to continue for next 48 hours. Heavy rainstorms have disrupted flight and train schedules and is causing kilometers-long traffic snarls in the city. Meanwhile, the Maharashtra Housing and Area Development Authority has issued a critical warning to over 3,162 residents living in 96 severely dangerous buildings across Mumbai. These structures have been officially classified as being in extremely dangerous condition, posing a significant risk of collapse, particularly during heavy rainfall during the peak monsoon season in the city. Situation is no different in the national capital too. Delhi is also under a yellow alert issued by the Met Department. The forecast includes moderate rainfall, thunderstorms, and gusty winds reaching 30 to 40 kilometers per hour with potential temporary gusts up to 50 kilometers per hour. Delhi and NCR regions are witnessing severe thunderstorms and torrential rainfall from past 1 week. Heavy rainfall has disrupted flight operations and led to waterlogging, power cuts, and uprooted trees across Delhi. Next, we are confronting a story that has sparked national outrage in China and stirred global debates around privacy, gender sensitivity, and dignity. At the heart of this story is a young minor woman in pain, seeking medical leave during her period. And what does she get in return? A demand to undress. Yes, you heard that right. Take off your pants. A sentence no woman should ever hear, that too in a place of learning. The incident unfolded at a Chinese university, Jagran Institute. A female student whose identity remains protected posted a video on May 15 that is now viral. She had gone to the campus clinic to request sick leave due to menstrual pain. Instead of being met with empathy, she was reportedly asked to prove she was menstruating by pulling down her pants. Let's be clear, it is an outrageous violation of basic decency, bodily autonomy. Since when did periods become a test? The very next day, Jagran Institute tried to contain the fire. In a press release, the university defended its clinic staff, saying they had simply followed standard procedure. No medical instruments were used, they said. The student agreed to a diagnosis, they said, but that's not the point. When a woman is asked to strip, verbally or otherwise, to earn her right to rest during periods, the problem is not the procedure, the problem is in the policy. The outrage online was instant. Words like humiliating and misogynistic flooded Chinese social media platforms. Let's ask a simple question. Would a male student be asked to prove a migraine, a fever, a sprained ankle by stripping down? So why is a woman expected to display her pain to be believed? And make no mistake, this was not about one rogue staffer. A clinic official later explained that the policy had been around for a while and was implemented to prevent abuse of sick leave. Let me set this straight. We are not talking about any illness here. We're talking about menstrual pain. To the student who spoke up, we say thank you. To the countless women whose pain is questioned, minimized, or dismissed, we see you. And to the institutions that still believe women lie more than they hurt and that menstruations are easy, it's time to upgrade your rule books and your mindset. It's a headline we all hoped was behind us, but it's back. COVID-19 is making headlines again. Yes, India is witnessing a spike in coronavirus infections once more, with over 750 new cases recorded in just the last 1 week. The total number of the active cases in the country has now crossed the 1,000 mark. The question now is this just a seasonal bump, or are we staring at the start of something bigger? According to official data, Kerala, Maharashtra and Delhi are seeing the sharpest rise in new infections. Kerala reported 335 fresh cases, pushing its total active case load to 430, the highest in the country right now. Maharashtra recorded 153 cases with 209 active infections. Delhi, the national capital, added 99 cases this past week, taking its active tally to 104, following closely behind are Gujarat with 83 cases, Karnataka with 47, Uttar Pradesh with 15, and West Bengal with 12 cases. Despite the uptick, authorities are urging the public not to panic. Delhi's Chief Minister Rekha Gupta spoke to reporters today saying that hospitals are fully prepared and there is no cause for alarm. So far, no travel restrictions, lockdowns, or mask mandates have been reimposed, but health departments across several states have been directed to review their preparedness. Because what's driving concern this time is not just the rise in number, it's two new variants that have entered the picture. NB181 and LF7, which have been detected in recent samples across the country. As of now, the World Health Organization classifies both of these as variants under monitoring, not yet of concern or interest. Let's take a moment to decode this for our viewers. Variants of concern like Delta or Omicron in the past are those that spread quickly, evade immunity, or cause severe illness. Variants under monitoring, like the ones we are seeing now, are still being studied. They haven't proven to be more dangerous yet, but they could evolve, and that's where the caution comes in. So far, no link has been found between the new variants and a spike in hospitalization or deaths. Officials are now urging states to ramp up testing and hospital readiness. The spike may be small, but it's significant enough to trigger alerts across health departments. This is all what we have time for in this special segment. For news and updates, follow the Daily Jagran. You can also log on to jagran.com or download the Jagran app to stay updated. Thanks for watching.